So, Eliot, going back to the conversation that actually matters with Nick Sirianni and Howie Roseman, the first thing I mentioned today, and you were in the room, and we didn't get to hear the audio. We just get to read the quotes. One of the things that really stuck out to me, and I look for little ways that people say things, right? And the way he talked about the offensive coordinator interviews, he said, I interviewed 17 people. I did this. And Nick doesn't strike me as somebody who is so media savvy that Howie and Jeffrey Lurie would be leading the interviews and he would go in there and say, I did this, I did that. I really came away thinking, I'm actually surprised that I think this way, that he actually was the leading voice in hiring Sean Mannion, and he actually is more stable within the organization than I thought going into. And I know it was just a couple of lines, but the way he said it really seemed, and there was the entire offensive coordinator conversation. I want this, I want that. He could be playing, 3D chess, but he doesn't seem like that kind of guy.
No, I think the AJ quote would tell you Nick's not a 3D chessman when it comes to media. No, I mean, we've talked about this. Like, I think I think they are running the offense Nick wants to run, and they hired a coach to run that type of offense. And I'd also say I give Nick credit. Like I'm saying, they decided what type of offense they wanted to run during the process, and then they hired a coach that can run that. I don't think Sean Mannion is coming in and saying, I'm running the Sean Mannion offense, is the point I'm making.
Well, he doesn't have an offense.
Well, that's what I'm saying, right? He has an offense he has learned, and they want to run that type of offense, and that is what he will help them coach. Like, I think it sounds like a small difference, but I think it is a noteworthy difference when talking about what the offense is going to look like. And I'll also say that credit to Nick Sirianni, because I think one of the reasons he's successful as a head coach is he is not a guy with a big ego. And for years, he's had to hear Sean McVay's offense, Kyle Shanahan's offense, Mike McDaniel's offense. Meanwhile, he's won more games than them. He scored more points than them. And I would guess it bothers him that those guys are viewed as offensive geniuses, and he's viewed as someone that doesn't know offense. But credit to him for this offseason, like putting his ego aside and admitting he's running that offense. And I think one of the reasons he's successful as a head coach is because despite having a resume where he could have a big ego, he doesn't. And it's not he doesn't fight for more power. He doesn't fight for player personnel control. And I think this is another example of him just doing what he thinks is right for the team and not doing what maybe he thinks is right for him.
Still need to see it to believe it.
See what?
See that this isn't going to be a mesh.
Oh, it's going to be a mesh.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. I just
mean the idea of saying you're running a Kyle Shanahan and Sean McVay offense to me, I think is a noteworthy low ego thing for Nick to do.
Yeah, but it's also a PR move.
You think?
To make everybody. When did this team ever in the life of the Eagles come out and call somebody else's offense out as by name? That's what they want to do. They know that's what everybody out here is clamoring and hanging on. New offense. Everybody wants to Sean McVay. I'm not saying it's a bad strategy or they're not going to use it. I'm just saying them being as open as they are about that, to me, seems they want to calm the waters about the offense moving forward.
So I would agree that there is a definite win in having this be the message.
Yes.
But I do genuinely think they want to go into this year and try to run a different type of offense. But
I agree with you there.
Yeah,
I agree with you there.
I think the real question is, how long of a rope are they going to have? Because they are meshing it all together, and it's all exciting and good until you're 0-1 and you score 17. Like, are you going to stick with it? That's the real question.
And you're not. That's the way I'm thinking.
Right.
I'm like, after 3 or 4 weeks, if they're sitting at 1-3 or 2-2.
Oh, if they're 1-3, I mean, you'll
and
take one off 30 carries
averaging
a game.
20 points a game.
Well, but hold on. Yeah. But let's not act like the way the offense looked, like the points they were scoring last year is some great salvo for an offense that isn't working. If the offense isn't working, the offense wasn't working last year.
Yeah, but I think the main reason the offense didn't work last year is because the offensive line played poorly and Jalen wasn't great. Like, I've been on this. I've been on this island where I don't think Kevin Patullo was the problem. I don't think the scheme was the problem. They just didn't play well.
Yeah, somebody get the statistician for me. I need the numbers worked. What were the numbers when they were 8-1?
Well, they weren't. The biggest difference in points scored.
I want to know what they looked like after that when they started, because I remember some. Go ahead.
Here's the biggest difference in points scored. after the first 4 games. And that is the biggest difference.
You're talking about last year or 2024?
2025.
Okay.
The biggest difference in points scored for the Eagles last season was after the first 4 games. And it is also a precipitous decline in how much Jalen Hurts ran. It was huge.
Yeah.
You look at the first 4 games, he was running 8 to 10 times a game. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but it was something like that.
First game, he ran like 15 times, I believe.
And they scored how many? They scored points against the Cowboys. They scored points against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
They scored against the Rams. Yeah. I think they averaged 27 or 28 points a game in the first 4 games, and Jalen was running 8 to 10 times a game. And then immediately, when you look at his rushes per game, you can look at it immediately. It goes down like 4, and the points dropped right there. So the big question, I think that they are going to have a much longer rope with this. I think that the short rope, is not with the offense, it's with the quarterback.
So I think you can make that argument for 2027, but I am very confident that they will not bench Jalen next year before they change the offense back. Like, I agree with you. If they go 4 games and they're like, this guy can't run the offense we want to run, that's a 2027 problem. But I think in 2026, they'll just adjust and run the stuff they think he can do and try to win games that way. I don't think they'll bench him in season. I agree his rope is shorter. I just think in season that would be wild.
He is making the 6th most money of any quarterback in football this upcoming season. There's a lot of money being paid there. Mm-hmm. He has a guaranteed contract this year. Mm-hmm. He is under contract.
No more guaranteed money after this year.
He is under contract for 2 more years. You have to pay me to do what I'm good at? Can you imagine if Matt Stafford got out there and didn't throw because they didn't give him a new deal?
You know what the Rams? You know what the Rams would do? They would pay him.
They would pay him. Yeah. See, what you're asking him to do is put himself in harm's way by running.
Yes.
You're asking him to put the team first, which I get in a perfect world is like ideal, but it's his career and his body and his chance to make another $100 million.
And every other quarterback does it.
Well, then we tanked the season because he didn't feel like running. I'm being honest with you.
Well, they should have paid him. If this is the reason.
No, but you don't really think they should have paid him. They deep down in your heart, you both must have questions about how good he's going to be moving forward.
But here's the thing, though. You don't have a better replacement.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's the thing. We don't have another quarterback. So he's the quarterback, and if you want him to use all of his skill sets, if I'm in Jalen's shoes and I'm saying, hold on, my future may be in doubt here, like I don't know if you guys are actually committed to me moving forward, then I got to be smart with what I do, because you know what? I shouldn't say he's not, because they could still pay a quarterback. But if he were to suffer a severe injury, he's not getting paid. Say he pops an Achilles or he tears his ACL. He's not getting paid next
all of his leverage is gone.
All that's gone.
Well, I can tell you he's also putting himself in harm's way by sitting back there and letting himself get clobbered the 3rd most in football.
Well, you got to get rid of the ball.
But he doesn't.
Get rid of the ball,
right. He doesn't.
I think this is a little like when Hassan Reddick was upset about his deal, and everybody's like, well, it's only 1 year. And he came in, he played, and his career has never been the same since. Like, when the athletes have a chance to use their leverage to get money, I think they should do it. Yeah. And that's what Jalen is doing.
And by the way, they should extend him.
Right. Or at the very least, cut him a check like Saquon.
No.
Yes.
Why? Absolutely not. Thank you for the call, Derek. I just... None of us.
He didn't get paid for winning the Super Bowl and a Super Bowl MVP. What quarterback doesn't get paid?
And everyone else got paid.
It's true. He was not the reason they won the Super Bowl. He was okay that season. He was okay last season.
With you there.
Yeah, he was okay.
I don't disagree with you on. I don't agree with you on this. First of all, before Jalen, it had been 4 years since they won a playoff game, and they won that Super Bowl with the backup quarterback.
I'm going to talk about, you can talk about them winning football games. I'm going to talk about how the quarterback played. And they just brought in a new offensive coordinator, and I'm reading, this is from Nick Sirianni. Mm-hmm. The more I learned about it, the more I talked to different guys about it, that's where I got to. So the answer to your question is yes, I want to have this system. And we all can look at each other in the eyes and say, we are not sure if this quarterback can run this system. I am not. If I were Howie Roseman, I would not say, you know what I'm doing? I'm doubling down on a guy who didn't want to throw over the middle, so he didn't do it. Didn't want to run, so he didn't do it. Wasn't comfortable with this. Had the offensive coordinator get fired because he did or didn't want to do? Absolutely not. And if I can tell you, I know somebody will pay him at some point, but his future is going to be dependent on whether he can do this or not.
So I agree with you on that, and that's all fine from the Eagles' perspective. perspective. But from Jalen's perspective, he could sit there and go, so you haven't paid me since the Super Bowl. I have 1 year of guarantee left on my money. You're putting a new offense in that I know deep down you're skeptical I can run or not, right? So, like, this would be the time for Jalen to try to secure his future.
Yes.
Because if he does struggle for 6 games, then we know they're not going to pay him. And that could be bad for the team. But I'm saying from Jalen's perspective, he should ask for a new deal. And from the Eagles' perspective, I get the hesitation. But life before Jalen was not as good as people remember.
I actually don't get the hesitation.
Well, the hesitation would be if you're going to run an offense you don't know he can run.
They don't even know what the damn offense looks like.
That's fair. That's fair.
Well, with him, they don't know what it looks like.
The real question is going to be, can he go under center?
They don't have any other quarterback where it's going to look good.
They can find one.
Right.
It's going to come down to...
yeah, it's so easy to find a quarterback.
The biggest difference they're going to make...
The Eagles would be just as good with Mac Jones as they would with Jalen Hurts.
There's no way.
Yes, they would. They would be just as good with Mac Jones.
No,
they wouldn't.
And I don't even think
Mac Jones doesn't do anything better than Jalen.
He throws the ball better than Jalen.
He doesn't.
Yes, he does. I can tell you what he can do. He can run the Shanahan offense because he did it last year.
Yeah, because all he has to do is dink and dunk the ball and get it out of his hands.
Okay, and
but that's not
they
being
scored
a better thrower than Jalen.
Well, they scored more points than we did with Mac Jones.
Well, because offensive line was terrible.
Oh, okay. Well, San Francisco was missing all their wide receivers.
Yeah, I don't know how their offensive line was. I'm saying why the Eagles' offense struggled.
Yeah, it's the reason why Mac Jones will be a backup quarterback again next year.
No, I think the only way that Mac Jones is a backup next year is if the Niners keep him. If they trade him, he is a starter somewhere. And again, not even a big Mac Jones guy.
Trading for Mac Jones? The Jets or
I don't
Cleveland?
know. Any of the 11 teams that might not even have a quarterback?
But if I were to ask you
the Cardinals?
If there was a choice to trade for either Mac Jones or Jalen Hurts, who do you think most teams are trading for?
I don't know. I think it would be split.
It's Jalen Hurts.
I think we all agree to your point. We all agree about Jalen a little, maybe more than it seems. There is no shot Mac Jones fetches more in a trade than Jalen.
No way.
I don't even think you get a first-round pick for Mac Jones. You would get
first-round pick.
You would get at least
give you
one.
a third-round pick for Mac Jones.
I think you could maybe get
I think you get a second
2
for
or
Mac
3.
Jones.
Like, or 3 that could be a 2. I mean, look, Sam Darnold just won a Super Bowl. I think at this point, teams are willing to take chances on guys. But Jalen would fetch more in a trade.
Eliot Shorr-Parks here with us with a delayed Tuesdays with Eliot. It really started around 3:30 after Nick Sirianni and Howie Roseman said absolutely nothing. The Caller of the Year tournament for the WIP afternoon show, voting has begun. Today is the Foxhole bracket. Jack, now which bracket did you seem to think was the most loaded? Was it the Holler at Your Boy or was it the
So I thought
Thief of Joy?
I thought Holler at Your Boy was. I think the first 2 are going to be pretty chalky. Like Buzz said yesterday, Foxhole and Hoagie Mouth, they seem pretty chalky. But Thief of Joy and Holla at Your Boy, I think, have the strongest fields.
You can get the whole bracket at 94wip.com/caller. Now, you can vote on the Foxhole bracket until 6 o'clock on the WIP Twitter page. Just to clarify, because I know people are going to see the voting results on Twitter at 6 o'clock when that ends. That is only 50% of the vote. 50% is fan vote on Twitter. 50% is expert panel. The expert panel, it consists of 7 people. That is Eliot, Buzz, Rhea, Gilio, Kenny from Villanova, Gary from Vineland, and Lil Michael Steinberg from the sales department. So we have 7 votes. And we do have to see, and this, Jack, who is most likely to not get their vote in from the expert panel today? We have 3 votes already.
Can you explain how the expert panel works?
What do you mean?
Like, how am I submitting my vote?
I put you on an email.
Oh, I didn't get the email.
You did.
Okay, you definitely did.
Yeah.
So I respond. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It might be me then.
It could definitely be Eliot.
There's a form in the email. You click on it, go to the
I
form.
texted you, said don't fill that out.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Twitter.
Oh, no.
Yes.
So I do fill the form out.
You fill the form out. Yes.
Not to
yes.
do this on air.
Running
But,
smooth.
Well,
here.
the
I was
email.
wondering, do we all meet? Like, how? Like, should there be a text chain?
The email.
Yeah, Eliot did ask me if there was a meeting for the committee.
Dude, the email is remarkably clear. I will send it to Jack. The email is remarkably
I didn't read the
clear.
body of the email. I just clicked the link.
Of course. He didn't read the body of the email.
So
I was like, what's all this?
I'm a little worried about Rhea. She's in Clearwater.
I don't care.
Is she having a good time?
Well, if
she's definitely having a good time.
If she doesn't vote by bedtime, is she out of the panel?
I like that you keep calling it bedtime.
Well, that's what I put. I said by the time you go to bed, put your vote
I'm
in.
waiting for you to say Betty bye.
Betty bye, yeah.
We
Before you get tucked in.
Yeah.
Just shoot her a text saying, don't forget to vote.
Okay.
Well, you know that morning show likes to go to bed early.
Yes.
Well, besides the camera who stays up till 2 and then is up at 2:30 for the show.
Or when they take Monday off because they're in Clearwater in the middle of the winter book. Okay. Here is the sorry. Winter. Sorry, I want to say it correctly. Winterbook. Okay. Here is the voting on Twitter so far for the Foxhole region. The 1 seed versus the 8 seed is Yoshi and Brewerytown versus Keisha and Philly. Yoshi so far has 76.3% of the vote.
Comfortable win.
That's a strong one.
Yes.
I knew Yoshi was going to be strong.
Yeah, he's going to be a tough out.
Now this one, the 4 seed versus the 5 seed, 2 guys from towns just talking sports. Ed in Phoenixville versus Nick in Collegeville. Ed in Phoenixville, 59.5%. Now that could get swung by
It's a great 4 or 5 matchup.
It's a great.
Yeah, this is what the tournament's about.
Well, and that's my dark horse, Nick.
Nick.
Oh, see,
Nick in
Ed's my dark
Collegeville's
horse.
it's my
He's
dark
a Go
horse.
Birds guy.
Yeah.
Wow, is that going to blow up your bracket if he loses this? Is your
It
bracket
might.
busted?
Wow, out early.
Is your bracket busted? You have him in Final Four? Okay.
Right.
The next matchup that is going on right now is the 2 seed Rios in North Philly and 7 seed Jordan Princeton. Rios was 76.9% of the vote.
Jordan trying, though.
Yeah, he is.
Give him credit.
And then this is a close one. This is the
you got?
closest one
What
so
you got?
far. 3 seed Derek and Paoli versus the 6 seed Furry Bruce in DC.
Wow.
Derek and Paoli with 54.3% of the vote.
Wow.
And this ends at midnight, the voting?
No, this
Oh,
ends.
6
That ends
o'clock,
at 6
right.
p.m.
Okay, yeah.
Yes. So
You got 2 hours.
Jack is a little worried about Derek. I can
What?
see it. in his
It's
face.
just, I mean, can we lock in? Want to lock in?
Jack is so worried about all of this.
I've
voting.
never seen Jack more invested in something.
Yes.
I can't. Who's more
Besides
invested?
the Phillies.
Who's more invested, me or Ike?
Oh, you for sure.
Well,
Wow.
hold on. I'm shocking. Like
You
were-
called a meeting last
You
week.
called the huddle up
Well,
session.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm in there, but
I know.
I know you got your little ones in there. You
Yes.
want to see
Yes.
advance.
Yes.
Jack will be
See,
mad about
I'm okay
outcomes.
with
Yeah.
the voting. Let the
Exactly.
voting.
Jack's
going
going to try to fix it.
Yes.
We're going to see an upset.
I'm going to
and
create
then
burners.
In tomorrow's meeting, we're going to sit down there, and Jack's going to go, "Oh, we can't let Derek lose to Furry Bruce." He's going to say it,
Right.
and we're not
Yeah.
fixing anything.
He's going to
fixing
text me
anything,
later, like,
Fritz.
who'd you vote for?
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
I need
Eliot,
to release the ballots.
Eliot, you said you had some thoughts about the caller of the year in general.
Well, I was prepared to talk about it.
Okay, go
yeah, so
ahead.
I got my favorite value picks with the seeds. I think a 4
Well,
seed.
okay. Here's the
That's
thing.
fine. We
though.
don't have to go through.
No,
Well, you're
no.
right. It's a committee. You're right. You're right.
He's a committee member.
I know it.
How
don't-
about my favorite first round matchups?
Okay, that
Okay.
that is fair.
Aaron in Mount Airy versus Kristen in Philly.
That's Christian. And
Christian.
That is a very big match.
A few months ago, I would have said that's all Aaron, but Christian is really.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, and a few months ago, Christian wasn't even a WIP
That's what
caller.
I'm saying,
Yes. Yeah, Aaron in Mount Airy has fallen off.
He kind of stopped calling.
Yes.
He's a great caller, though.
Yeah, great caller. Okay.
OG Wade versus Chris in Middletown.
OG Wade's got a lot of haters.
I think it's an upset pick there.
Really?
I
In the
do.
first round?
Yeah.
Now, Chris from Middletown is a disastrous
Yeah, I don't
caller.
know about that.
Horrendous
He's
afternoon show
Floundering.
caller.
Yeah.
Yeah,
More of
I
a
know.
midday show guy.
You think
Yeah.
OG's probably not going to win the Twitter one?
Well, do you love?
should.
Do you love Chris because is he a Go Birds caller or something?
Yeah.
He calls, yeah.
Okay. All right.
No, I'm watching you too, Elliot.
Yep.
Justin in Tennessee versus Emily, the school teacher.
What? Justin's gonna.
Justin will win, but I feel like those are two good people against each other.
Yes, it is. It is.
If Justin was going to lose any first round matchup, I think that's a tough first round draw for him.
Yeah, well, because it's a friendly person.
Exactly.
Very
That's what I
friendly.
mean. Like
Yeah.
Justin's strength is he's friendly.
Yes.
And hashtag, where is Emily the school teacher?
That's another
well,
one.
the Sixers won their last game, so
Yeah.
now's the time for her to get in.
And then the last one, Cowboy Jim versus Jeff in Wilmington.
Yeah, Cowboy Jim is always on upset alert.
Well, just because his literal name in the Twitter feed
Is
is going to be
Cowboy.
Cowboy Jim.
And
Yeah.
my pleading to the audience is put the cowboy aside and just listen to the content.
That's his whole bit, though.
what if we had stuck with Stewardess Jim?
I
He
think
would have had a better shot.
Yeah.
Would have worked better.
Yeah.
Which would he rather be known as?
Oh, Cowboy Jim.
Cowboy Jim.
What if it meant he could win?
Yeah.
Would he do whatever it takes to win?
He's
I
gonna
don't
call
know.
us a bunch of losers anyway, so it don't
But it is
matter.
good to see so many Go Birds callers on this bracket.
Oh,
Well, they're
Yeah,
afternoon
like
show
High
callers.
seeds, 1 seeds. You know, it's just great to see.
Would you say you guys developed some of these guys?
Of course.
Well,
Well,
hold
if
on.
Chris from Middletown is your development story, that's
Nah,
bad
they didn't
news.
develop Chris. I mean, Justin in Tennessee started calling them,
Okay.
and then eventually transitioned to our show in
Corey in
mornings.
Columbus,
I don't know.
He
if I'm
started
gonna-
out as Go Birds?
CJ in Texas,
CJ
Ed
in
in,
Texas, I'll give you.
Yeah.
Ed in Phoenixville,
Wow.
and
Wow.
Ken from Cinnaminson.
Wow.
Well,
Well,
we
he's
got
a
Herb.
morning show caller.
Nah, he's a Go Birds
We got
caller.
Herb.
We got Herb. Did you develop that?
Yeah. No, you do have Herb for sure. Yeah.